Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Wolfman. And this movie came out in 1941, and it's a classic movie. It's a Universal monster movie that I believe everyone knows. I've never seen this movie before. I'm personally familiar with these old monster movies. I can't tell you which ones I have seen or have not seen, but I am familiar with these movies, like these old classic films, but I just never really thought about them much. I know that they were like big and everyone watched them, and we got a lot of them, but basically what this movie is, it's just a simple 70-minute film about the Wolfman, and that's pretty much all that you need. It doesn't really waste any time establishing what a werewolf is. Things move by pretty quickly, and you get a good sense of the characters. And the main character, he's like a kind of likable character, and you kind of feel bad about him when he has to live with being a werewolf, and that was kind of interesting. And there was a little bit of a romance angle to the film that didn't really work for me. I didn't feel as though it was necessary or added really much at all. It was just supposed to be hey, he has a love interest, and they don't really go anywhere with that. But when the movie focused on its characters, it did work for me somewhat when it was certain characters, like when it was like the hunters and other characters and the main character, like stuff like that was interesting to me. But unfortunately, it wasn't all that engaging, because after a certain point, it was like, okay, this is just kind of going nowhere, and it takes like half of the movie before we even get the Wolfman, which makes sense. You want it to be a build up, but unfortunately, I just found this movie to be kind of dull at points, and the second half of this movie, when it's not the Wolfman scenes, it was just kind of a drag for me, and I didn't care about anything. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Not because I've seen it before, but I could just predict where things were going, and the music was all right, I guess. It wasn't terrible, but it didn't really stand out as anything memorable to me, aside from the first scene where the main character turns into a werewolf. Like, that was kind of cool, but that kind of added a little bit to it. But aside from that, don't really remember much. There were some nitpicky things that kind of stood out to me, but I'm not really going to mention those because they are not really the reasons why I didn't really love this movie as much as some people. I wasn't scared by anything. That might be a big problem for me, is that I just didn't feel tension in any scene. I just knew, yep, that's going to happen, and eventually it did happen, and next scene goes by. Oh, I know exactly what's going to happen, and that happened. There was a little bit of audio peaking that was a bit distracting. There were some logical errors that just didn't make any sense. Also, the detective work in this movie, because it does try to be somewhat of a detective story in the beginning, but it kind of just goes nowhere, and it was kind of poor. They didn't really do much with it, and it also felt pointless. The movie was also kind of repetitive for me, in the sense that, like, okay, this happens, and then that happens, and we just go through just a big circle of just never-ending scenes of talking, then wolf, talking, then wolfman. And that's pretty much the whole movie. And also, the structure of the movie didn't impress me. There was nothing about it that really stood out as like, yeah, I'm going to remember this plot beat or this storyline. It's kind of just like, okay, whatever, that happened. I still kind of like the movie, but there are so many movies I've seen that are just better than this, that even came out the same year. Like, mostly Alfred Hitchcock movies, but I love Hitchcock films, like Suspicion, which came out the same year as this. I love that movie. That might be my favorite movie from the 40s. And Citizen Kane also came out the same year. I love that movie as well. And also older movies that I've seen. Most of them are just Alfred Hitchcock movies, or just The Wizard of Oz or stuff like that, that I just enjoyed a lot more. And this is, I guess, all right. It's a pretty good movie from the 40s. Probably a lot better than the average movie that I would watch from that time period. But unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever watch this movie again. Despite me kind of somewhat enjoying it, there's just nothing bringing me back to this. And I don't really think I need to say whether or not I would recommend this movie to you, because I'm pretty sure you've all seen this movie because it's a huge classic. If you haven't seen it, then check it out. It's not the worst movie to watch. It's very short, so it's not a big waste of time if you don't like it. And that's about all I have to say about it. So with all that being said, I'm going to give The Wolfman a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of The Wolfman, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Mississippi Burning. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.